is Whitney and this is Lochan, and for about 6 months ago or so, they actually had a breakup, which is one of the biggest breakup in Love Island history. Because why? Lochan is actually suing Whitney. Lochan is actually suing Whitney, and then came a surface of their breakup situation. Before that, clips of their argument of Whitney asking Lochan, telling the whole world that Lochan was not who he said he was. He was actually using racial slur, to kind of comment to her in their relationship.
Allegedly.
They
have claims against each other.
Yes, they have claims against each other, and they actually came up to social media on TikTok to actually post on Instagram to show all this out. Hey guys, welcome back to Star Sisters, and today we're going to give you a noodles reaction
the mukbang
of Lochan and Whitney.
Yes, and we're in Love Island. Let's get into it.
So we are going to be reacting to what has surfaced on social media about Lochan and Whitney and their arguments together.
Yes, guys.
Tell them about it. What's happening?
And how they just have these strong opinions against each other about, this is what A said, this is what B said. And obviously the world is just really confused. Like, so who is true? Like, so what's gonna happen to Lochan's career, and what's gonna happen to what Whitney's saying? Like, how is it going to all end?
Let's get right into it. So this is actually the first screenshot of when Whitney was calling out Lochan publicly.
Wow, they were calling each other publicly. Yes.
Yeah. She was like, racial ignorance at the same time, like, why are you gonna do that, Lochan? Like, she said, like, you're not a black woman, so you can never know how it truly feels. Like,
well, I do understand that because you can never know how it feels until you're in someone's actual shoe, and you can never be a black woman because you're white.
This is actually crazy, guys.
Yes, you're white, so that's just
so. For the next comment, Whitney actually told Lochan the next screenshot of how it all went down.
Yes.
Lochan actually also replied to Whitney on his own Instagram, saying basically that, no, how can you defame me? Like, how can you say this about my character? You can see the screenshots. He was like, we are talking about the hell no. Like, they were both going back and forth on their characters, like in their relationship. I know everybody's just like so shocked about this, because you can see the screenshots. Like, they had this whole argument. I want you guys to dive into it. We don't definitely want to go read every single thing. I want you guys to dive into this. They have this argument based on their relationship. I know Whitney is trying to tell her story as a black woman, like what actually happened between her and Lochan in their relationship, that he too was like not obvious to the racial situation. Now I'm going to be going into the video aspects of what actually happened, of what went down.
Guys.
Like, Lochan this morning kind of posted a video on his TikTok talking about Whitney and the whole accusations, going back on
the 18th of April 2025, Whitney and I announced our breakup.
Wow.
Not this coming in one next Netflix documentary. Wrap
what are you
it
talking
up.
about?
If this
So
is
that's
going
someone
to
else
court,
reacted to
save
it.
it for the courts. What is this? What is going?
Let's see the actual real Lochan talking about this.
I don't like coming on social media and speaking about personal aspects of my relationship with Whitney. But when
Are you sure?
Okay, boom. So Lochan has
Guys,
responded with a 20-minute...
family gets brought into it, I never wanted to do this. I don't like coming
sure
on
you never
social
wanted to do
media and
this?
speaking about personal aspects of my relationship with
Are
Whitney.
you sure, Lochan?
But when my
Are
family
you really
gets
sure?
brought into it
why?
and depicted to the world as something they're not, I need to show the truth.
Really?
Are we doing this?
This is
Look,
serious, guys.
I've got no choice but to
He
do
actually
this.
clipped
You
Whitney.
posted the TikTok.
And stop clip the clips again. Like, this is seriously weird.
Lunch, going back to
This
It's
is
shocking.
seriously weird.
someone sounded like soil.
He's don't say, it's just
Right. What?
He will clip the broadcast, guys.
Yeah, because I watched Whitney spin the truth right in front of me and tell me the whole world will see you for the racist that you are, and that's a lie.
And the question of why is it coming out now? Well, I was embarrassed, I was ashamed, and I didn't feel like that's part of my story was something that I wanted to share until now. And now I'm not ashamed and embarrassed about it because I'm the first, not the first, sorry. I'm one of many women that go through it, but I'm happy that I'm out of that situation, and I'm happy that I survived that situation.
And I respect, I think people would and I think they would want you to as well, you know, say something
He
not
clipped
nice
these guys.
about
He
him
clipped all
or
these
speak about him
on
sideways.
TikTok.
And I respect that you're not that I would want you to either, because then it's just going to cause some next time thing for you anyway. But I respect that, and I think it's a really good demonstration of, like you said.
No, it was never going to get better.
Yeah.
On the 18th of April 2025, Whitney and I announced our breakup to the public. 3 months later, on the 23rd of July 2025, I collabed with a female guest.
Yeah,
one day later, Whitney makes a dig at this collab on Snapchat,
breakup.
saying using another sister for clickbait.
He collaborated with Britney.
One week later, on the 31st of July, in a podcast, the female collab guest expressed we had good chemistry.
Yeah.
One day later, on the 1st of August, Whitney posted a TikTok insinuating I called her skin dirty regularly. A day later, on the 2nd of August, she confirms this post was about me.
Lochan, right?
Yeah.
There was no mention of racial accusation towards me over a 3-month period post-breakup. But as soon as I collaborate with a female, negative false comments start being made about me, my family, and my friends.
This is
because Lochan gives off this golden retriever energy. Like, no one would ever believe that he would ever say it maliciously. Someone called like Lochan sassy, and I was thinking, wait, why? He's emotional and nice and kind.
I constantly told her how proud I was of her. All the way through our entire relationship, I was vulnerable, and I wasn't scared to show her how I was feeling.
He actually called her beautiful. He actually called her skin beautiful. He's
I would call her beautiful daily and tell her how proud I am. I even wrote a list of all the things I wanted in our relationship, making me feel bad about being tired after cooking all day, trying to make a living.
Yeah, that's Lochan defending himself.
When I used to come to your house, what did your mum used to say to me?
Let's just keep
the lights
watching
would go off, and she would say, "Oh, where's Whit gone? Whit smile." And that was an on-running joke in that household.
So she's talking about Lochan's mom. Like, when
it is so scary how confidently she lies to manipulate her audience into thinking that this is something even remotely true.
And basically,
saying
it
Whit
was like,
smile. This is one of the main reasons I'm doing this video. It's one thing saying something about me, but to say lies about my family that showed you nothing but love is vile.
Lochan is not happy about that.
Do you even know how damaging those statements are? What I do have is voice.
So clever, so smart. That's the reason why
their relationship.
So this is when Lovita was praising the mom.
I paid for that to keep it private. It was an isolated. I never wanted to do this.
So guys, this is how Whitney responded to Lochan. Now let's hear what other people have to say about this. This is just clips. Let's hear what another, subscribe, someone that actually loved the two of them together, but actually is shocked about this. Let's see this, guys.
My gosh. Guys, it's a lot.
Lochan did Whitney, and it's called negging. I never wanted to do this, but you did, Lochan. You did. We saw it documented on YouTube in Whitney's vlogs. We saw it in TikTok clips. We saw you slowly but surely chip away at Whitney's confidence. And because she was in love with you, Lochan, she accepted and tolerated the little snide jokes, the little remarks that you would make. And some of them were racist. May have that happened behind closed doors? Probably. May have your mum said that about Whitney in the dark room? Your eyes and teeth are on show. Smile Whitney, dance Whitney, whatever. Yeah, she probably said that. Because in some families and some cultures, there are no boundaries. Because Whitney was, I believe you, Lochan, Whitney was part of your family and your family did love Whitney. But that is where boundaries are sometimes crossed. They probably made those jokes as a family, as a collective, thinking that Whitney was finding it funny. And she probably did find it funny at the time because she didn't understand what was going on. She was actually being negged. It was slowly chipping away at her confidence and self-esteem. And when she finally spoke up about it, Lochan fans have basically said, you're wrong, why did you stay then if it was so bad? Because in that moment, you don't know what is actually happening to you. A lot of women of colour are expected to just laugh off racist jokes and just say, oh, well, whatever, it's their generation, or, it doesn't matter, it was just a joke. When actually you leave that person and you deep it and you think, do you know what, that is actually unacceptable, and that is exactly what we're witnessing right now. Lochan had no boundaries with his racist jokes. They may have been jokes in his eyes, but they are not funny. And a woman of colour like Whitney is able to articulate herself in a way that expresses she was not comfortable with that, even if it's a year later, even if it's 10 years later.
All it has to do about Whitney and Lochan is how it ended in the lawsuit situation, if it actually happens. But my own advice here for them is that they should take this off social media, because it actually began off social media. They should kind of maturely address themselves off social media and handle
of course.
think, because it involves family.
He never
it
publicly,
involves fans. Like it involves like, a lot of young girls
told her
that
that
video, like,
she was dirty.
Black and white, like bro,
and
why?
You got to know. If not, it's gonna be out there. But she knew like
it's not
amongst themselves. So they're supposed to have solved it amongst themselves.
Like this is not
for
good.
real.
Like two of them. Like I'm not saying any side is so right and any side is so wrong, but like they both have clear faults that they need to actually solve. Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes,
I will see you guys in the next video. SQS, bye.
Bye.